If you were to ask any football fan who the greatest manager that Manchester United ever had was, you would get one of two answers. Either Sir Alex Ferguson or JarradHD. The answer they gave you really depends on what era they grew up during. It is without doubt that the great Scottish manager and Sir Alex was special, but from a statistical standpoint, JarradHD takes the cake. To understand just what made Jarrad into a club legend, we need to begin from the start. We need to go back to 2017.
Welcome back to BBC Radio. If you are just joining us, there has been some breaking news out of Old Trafford as Jose Mourinho has been sacked as manager. The man that will be replacing him will be the young Australian manager, JarradHD.
As an Arsenal fan, this news is pretty hilarious, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Jarrad struggled to win anything at Chelsea and Juventus. Why does he expect Manchester United to be any different?
I mean, I'm all for JarradHD, actually. He's a quality young manager, you know, and if the cards play out right, I could see him. I could see him being here for a very long time, and that's kind of what Manchester United needs, man.
Although I'm not a Man United fan myself, it's huge to see an Aussie in the Premier League as a manager. That's enormous. So I'm definitely going to be backing him to the Hills.
Honestly, I do not know what Manchester United are thinking. I cannot believe they've gone for this Jarrad TV bloke, or HD, I don't know, whatever his name is. Personally, I'm just not a big fan of his managerial tactics. Like, the guy's just going to accept every single transfer offer that comes in for every one of his players.
I'm not saying put the statue of him outside of Old Trafford just yet, but I'm saying, you know, maybe start sculpting.
Can someone genuinely tell me why we're hiring JarradHD? I thought we had a good thing going with Mourinho, but this appointment's about on a level with David Moyes.
Someone needs to call Ed Woodward and see if he's taking the absolute piss. If we have really sacked Mourinho and replaced him with JarradHD, this is the final straw. What has happened to this club?
You really think you're better than Jose Mourinho? Sorry, Jarrad, mate. This is one rebuild you're not going to be able to pull off.
Give him a kick, Kangaroo. Give him a kick.
G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to the first episode of season number 1 of our FIFA 18 Manchester United Career Mode series. I am unbelievably excited to get this series out to you guys. I have got some real cool things in store for you that I really hope that you are excited for. Make sure that you do watch the entire episode today to see some of the cool features we have in store, and the whole series for that matter. But if you did not watch my plans for FIFA 18 video that I uploaded a few days ago, I did say my plan for this series with Manchester United is to make them the best team in the world, the best team in football history. So if you guys are excited to see this series, make sure that you leave a like on the video. If we can hit over 3,000 likes, it's a big ask, but if we can smash out 3,000 likes, I will make sure I get the second episode uploaded today. And also, make sure that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. But I don't see any need to waste any more time. Let's get right into the Man United Career Mode series. So they've got the exact same managers as last year. I think I'll have to go with this guy again as our manager. And of course, we're going to be JarradHD. Pre-season tournament-wise, I've got to go with the American Challenge Cup. The most money. I don't plan on playing the preseason games, so the more money, the better for this series. For any series for that matter. So this is the default starting 11 the game has put up for our Manchester United squad, but I'm going to tailor it to my liking. If you're a Manchester United fan, you might not like it the most, but I'm the new manager. We're going to do it my way. Although I do want your input, I do have a decent idea of players that I want to give a real shot in this series. So in 3, 2, 1, you'll see our new starting 11. So here's the starting 11 I've put together. It's pretty similar to what it was before, but there's a few conflicts that I'm having personally. Like my back four. Okay, so I've got Daley Blind there, the Dutch left back. But a conflict I'm having in my mind is, do we go with Blind, who's 80 rated, or do we give Luke Shaw another chance to revive his career? He's quite obviously been a bit of an outcast in Jose Mourinho's squad, Do we revive his career at Manchester United? Only 1 overall less than Blind. I'm really going to experiment in that position for this first season. The same thing with the right back. Valencia, absolutely killing it. Last year, one of the best right backs in the Premier League, but 31 years old. I want to start breeding some new talent. Do we put Damian back in the right back spot? I know he's a default left back in the game, but he can play right back, and that's what he was playing when he first signed for Manchester United. Now, centre backs. Eric Bailly, no doubt he is staying as our starting centre back, but the other centre back position, there's a bit of a debate there. Do we go Phil Jones, Rojo, Smalling, or Lindelof? Phil Jones, of course, has been starting in real life and has been having a pretty good season for United. But Lindelof, a young attacking centre-back. Did I say attacking? Didn't mean attacking. A young, decent centre-back that can grow for us. Smalling, Rojo, they're both 2 overall higher than Phil Jones. So that's another position we have to experiment with. Or I've been considering going in and trying to sign a world-class centre-back. Someone like Sergio Ramos, although he is getting on a bit in age as well. Midfield-wise, Pogba and Matic, I plan on having them as the 2 central midfielders. Matic, I know he's a normal centre defensive midfielder, but I want to see how he goes in centre midfield. Might change up his tactical preferences that he drops back whilst Pogba pushes up. Juan Mata, our starting attacking midfielder. I'm a big fan of his in real life, but do we look to bring in Herrera, or do we look to bring in a brand new attacking midfielder to replace him and bolster our offense? Lukaku, no doubt about it, staying as our starting striker. Now, I have put Anthony Martial as our left midfielder. Normally, Rashford has been there, but I'm going to give Martial a go at left mid and see how he goes. And of course, Henrik Mkhitaryan, the Armenian, is going to be our starting right midfielder. So it's been a pretty strong side. The bench at the moment, I'm a little bit conflicted. I know I've got Rashford as a left midfielder. That's why I've got him on the bench, but he can also play striker. Gonna give Zlatan a go for this first season. Carrick's in there, Lingard's in there, Herrera, Damian, and Chris Smalling. Fellaini has been put on to the reserves, so it's an extremely stacked squad here. And then if we have a look at the transfer hub, which I think is an awesome new addition this year, there's 6 players that I've got on my shortlist. Now, some of them are long shots, some of them are realistic transfers. So we've got Antoine Griezmann, Gareth Bale, Leo Messi, Paulo Dybala, Sergio Ramos, and Marco Asensio. Some of these players are options for now, and then players like Asensio are players that we can bring in and develop for the entirety of the series. Ramos is someone that I'm probably a bit on the fence about. Although he's one of my favorite players in real life, I don't know if we exactly need him. Dybala. Now, he is someone that I am seriously interested in. He is banging in goals for fun in the Serie A. At the time of recording, he's scored 8 games in his last 4 goals. That is not proper grammar, Jared. 8 goals in his last 4 games. That's better. So Dybala is someone I'm seriously considering bringing into our Man United squad. Messi, now he does have less than 6 months on his contract. I was trying to see there, but that doesn't work. But he does have he's got 12 months remaining on his contract, so we might be able to bring him on the cheap, or maybe even a free for next transfer, or for next season. Gareth Bale and Griezmann, strongly linked with Manchester United. Pretty interested in their services, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably right now, either Dybala or Asensio. They're probably 2 of my more favourable signings. Alright, now to have a look at some of our objectives. So youth development is something that I am somewhat interested in having a go at, but it is low. So sign 1 youth player to the senior team in the same season they were scouted, or sign at least 2 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. Now, that one's going to be hard. Brand exposure, we'll do that easily, always do that easily, but that's critical. Continental success is to win the Champions League within 3 seasons long term. Short term, reach the final. Now, long term, that is definitely on my radar, but the short term one, I don't know if we're going to reach the Champions League final in this first season. Domestic success, they want us to win the Premier League. I want to win the Premier League and obviously win the FA Cup. And there's no financial priorities, which means we can spend as much money as we want, which I'm happy about. Alright, so we're going into the squad hub here to list a few players. It's definitely a lot more different this season, but I'm a big fan of how it comes up with all the players that we have in our squad in there. roles and their morale and all that good stuff and where they're on loan at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer list some players that I'm thinking of getting rid of and come back to you in a sec. So funnily enough, there's only one player that I transfer listed, and that is Marwan Fellaini. Personally, I think he's a half decent player, but a lot of Manchester United fans want him out, and there was a lot of comments on my plans for FIFA 18 video saying get rid of Fellaini. So we're going to be doing just that. We're going to put the big Belgian up for transfer. Anyways, that's enough introing of the series. Let's get right down to business. Okay, so 2 transfer offers already. Transfer offer for Daley Blind. Okay, I need to think about this because I need to see what I'm doing. I don't want to click on the wrong button. So we're going to show actions. I don't want to get rid of Daley Blind. It's 11.7 million from Borussia Dortmund. I'm just going to reject that offer. And then Everton want Marcus Rashford. Not a chance in hell I'm getting rid of Marcus Rashford. Let's reject that one. In fact, I might block offers for Marcus Rashford. Transfer offer for Romero from West Ham. I'm going to be rejecting that one as well. It's a little bit frustrating that it shows all of the previous transfer offers, but we're going to reject that one. And we may as well do it now. Let's go in for a player signing. Let's go in for Dybala. Just look at that little valuation in the bottom corner there. We might have to offer between 95.7 and 144 million to have a chance at Dybala. I'm going to have a quick look at our transfer budget. I haven't even had a look at that. What? 238 million. Jeez. That is ridiculous. I'll put a little bit more on the wages. 90-10. 228 million pounds. Okay, we're gonna go for Dybala. Alright, so the first time that I've even tried to do this, let's see if it takes us into the cutscene. It does. We're going into the cutscene. Let's see how these all work. I'm so excited to see this. So there we are. There's our manager. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Let's get started, shall we? Let's get started for sure. It's pretty good how it's got the names on the back, on the window, on the wall. I'd be interested to see as the series goes on whether we get updated players. So like, let's say we sign Dybala. I wonder if his jersey will be on the wall. Anyways, first let's get on the same page. What deal do we want to discuss? I want an offer transfer fee. Okay, so his current value is 69.5 million. I'm just gonna go, do I go up and I'm just gonna offer 69 million and see what they say. Hopefully they don't get insulted by it. Let's see. Submit offer. I'm not going to add a sell-on clause. That is something we can agree on. Come on, Juve. What are you going to say? They want to sell him for 125 million pounds. We also want to include a sell-on clause and receive 5% of the transfer fee if you sell Dybala in the future. Let's counter that. So I can deal with the sell-on clause. I don't want to pay 125 million at the start though. Let's take that down a little bit and let's say 105. Why 0.1? Let's just say 105 million and see what they say. Settle on 105. I'm sorry, but we believe Dybala is worth more than you are offering. We're not willing to reduce his price any further. Do I just accept it? 20 million, we'll still have 100 million left over. Let's just accept it, screw it. He's going to be worth that in the future, and he's going to be an 88 rated player. You guys might be thinking I'm overpaying, but it's all learning the process of the game. Once we get a little bit more used to these transfer systems, I'm sure we'll be able to abuse it. Okay, so a good thing about FIFA 18 Career Mode this year is you can get all the transfer negotiation business for a player done in a day. So we've agreed terms with Juve. Let's start negotiating with Paulo Dybala. Come on, son. Let's bring in the Argentinian. He'd slot into that center attacking mid spot quite nicely. Let's see, does he have his player face? He would, because I saw him before. So, there we are. There's Dybala in Manchester United offices. Thought a good place to start would be for us to discuss his role at the club. Well, he's going to be bloody crucial. Let's see. So, we're going to say crucial. Considering the other players in the team, I want him to be untouchable in terms of being the starting lineup every week. Yep, I agree completely with that. Great, that's what we're hoping for. Sweet, alright. Before we move on to something else, let's agree on the length of the contract. He wants to sign a 4-year deal. That is fine with me. 4 years is sweet. Happy to offer him a 4-year contract. Do we want to do a release clause? Let's do a release clause. Okay, so I'm going to say £250 million release clause because we bought him for 125 million. I want to be able to keep selling him on for a big sum. Let's see what they say. This is not going to work for us. Dybala is looking for £184 million release clause. Let's just... Do we want to not just do a release clause at all? Oh, let's just... 184 is still a lot. We'd still make 60 million profit on him. I don't know, if I click that, will it make me go, oh nah, that's not happening? Or will it make me say, let's not worry about release clause? Let's just click it. Okay, sweet. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Let's see what they say. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's get onto pages, his wages. Let's get onto his salary. So, we will give him, what's he on? He's on 185,000 a week now. Let's give him 200,000 and let's give him like a, let's not worry about the signing bonus at the moment. Let's see what they say. Let's submit that offer. £200,000. My client is keen to join your team. Lower his demands. Okay. I can deal with that. I'll accept that. So, he's coming in for £180,000 a week. What was it? £2.3 million release, buy-on, sign-on clause, and £2.4 million when he scores 10 goals in the season. So, welcome to Manchester United, Paulo Dybala. So there it is, Dybala slots into our starting 11. I was a little bit confused throughout that whole negotiation process, so it probably seemed a little bit disconjointed, but I was like, what is going on here? But we'll get more fluid with that throughout the series. Also, hope you like the player transfer intros. So that's our starting 11 at the moment. We've still got 100 million to spend. I don't know where to spend it really. We'll see if we get any more big transfer offers come in for a big player, and then we'll go from there, I guess. And also, feel free to leave a comment down below on what players you would like me to sign. I'll be reading through the comments and I'm quite interested to see. Here we go, look at that. So, Dybala has signed for United. There's him holding the jersey. That is pretty damn cool. 125 million.1. That is a big sum, but for a player of Dybala's quality, I think he'll be well worth it. The good thing about this United side is we have an abundance of young quality players. So when it comes to occasions like preseason friendlies, we can really put out a strong young side that can be used for both development, match experience, and to just get players on the park. Because in these preseason friendlies, I don't want to be playing our Lukakus, our Pogbas, our Dybalas, because I don't want them getting injured. So let's get into our opening preseason friendly as we take on Atletico Madrid in the American Challenge Cup. Let's see if some of our youngsters can put up a decent performance. They've got Griezmann on the bench, so they're rocking a pretty young side as well. Rashford gives us the lead in the 13th minute. Let's simulate it. It's a 2-0 win. Zlatan off the bench to give us the winner. Well, to extend our lead. Okay, so a loan offer from Blackburn for Angel or however, for Angel Gomez. I'm not sure. I'm terrible. If you're new here, you'll soon learn that I'm terrible at pronunciation. But I'm going to accept that. We're going to send him out on a 1-year loan to Blackburn. That could be great for him. What the hell? His loan move is rejected. What the hell? Why would Blackburn come to me, I accept it, and they say, nah, we don't want him anymore? I mean, whatever, you're lost, Blackburn. He's a quality youngster. Something I will be playing around with. Fiorentina for Marwan Fellaini. He's valued at 8.5 million. They've come in for 7.2. Let's negotiate a little bit. Whoops, it's gone to a cutscene. Alright, so it happens for player offers as well on the other end. So, we're going to say, propose new transfer fee. I don't want to put a sell-on clause. Let's just say 8 million for Fellaini. That's still under his current value, but we want to get him out of the club. So let's submit that offer. And let's see what Fiorentina say. 7.4, 5% of Fellaini's future sale value. So what would that be worth? Do we accept it? It's only £600,000 difference. But I doubt he's going to get sold on for much more. Let's just accept it. We want to get rid of Fellaini. 7.4 million. We've got 200 million or 100 million in the back pocket, so it's not really going to affect us too much. And before we find out Fellaini's fate, we're going to play our second game here against the Portland Timbers in the American Challenge Cup. We win this one and we're virtually through to the knockout rounds of the tournament. Same side as last time, and it's a 1-1 draw. We drew with the Timbers, fair enough. We beat Atletico Madrid with this same squad, but drew the Timbers. Good to see FIFA is still cooked like that. Transfer offer for Luke Shaw from Swansea City. There is not a chance that is happening. We're going to reject that one. Alright, so training is back for FIFA 18, and I do plan on doing this throughout the series, so if you're keen to see more of this, make sure you leave some players down below that you'd like to see me grow a lot throughout this series. The first one's going to be Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Gomez, Lindelof, and Luke Shaw. So let's simulate them. Let's see what grade they get. I'm assuming it's the same as last year. So C's, B's, and D's all around. Not the greatest. Another transfer offer for Luke Shaw, 12.2 million. I feel like I just need to block offers for Luke Shaw. So I'll reject that one and I'll just say block offers altogether. And now the final preseason friendly against Real Madrid in the group stages, that is. We're both tied on 4 points. So if we draw, we go through. If we win, we go through. They're rocking a strong side. It looks like Zinedine Zidane's gotten in goals for him as well. Casemiro gives them the lead, and we do lose 2-0. And there it is. That is confirmation of Marwan Fellaini's departure from the club. We only get 6 million from that. I mean, it doesn't matter too much on these sort of transfers when we've got 100 million in the bank. But I'm genuinely interested to see if he ever leaves Fiorentina, how much that 5% will get. I'm just expecting in like season 3 to have it pop up saying, oh, you got 5%. That might help us out a lot. We might be like £100,000 off signing a player, and then this act here will help us out, but it's all a part of learning on a new game. But anyways, fellas, that is where we are going to conclude the first episode of the FIFA 18 Manchester United Career Mode series. We will begin things next episode with the semi-finals of the American Challenge Cup, and we might even get into our opening Premier League games and get to experience gameplay for the first time. Also, it's pretty cool that the transfer offers for Fellaini and other players come through. But if you guys did enjoy this first episode and you are psyched to see Paulo Dybala in Manchester United colours, make sure you leave a like on the video. As I said, 3,000 likes and I will make sure I get episode 2 out tonight. Make sure that you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below, and make sure that you check out my social media links, my Instagram and my Twitter. Both of those linked down below as per normal. But most importantly, fellas, I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you pumped for FIFA 18. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.